What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Gran Turismo Sport. Today we're looking at another online race replay. I did this race a couple of weeks ago and I thought I'd do a video on it because I haven't done a Gran Turismo video in a couple of weeks. I wanted something to upload, so I thought this was a pretty fun, interesting race, so I'll give it a shot. This was a BMW M3 race. It's kind of the old BMW M3. Is it called like the Pro Evolution or something? It's like some specific version of the BMW M3 from the late 1980s. And it's at Tsukuba, the Tsukuba circuit. So yeah, this is an online race, so let's get into it. I qualified in 8th place for this race, so I was pretty far down. Luckily, the car in front of me, or I don't know, he might have been a couple of positions in front, he had a bit of a spin into really the first corner when you start the lap, so I managed to get a place straight away. He went into Ghost. I got up the inside of this guy, but he turned into me. Now it looks like I really pushed him out of the way there, but he actually kind of turned into me there. I got up the inside of him, tried to be careful, but yeah, he turned into me. I pushed him a bit, and all in all, I think another one of the maybe that red car behind me had a bit of a incident as well. That actually got me up to 5th place, so although it does look like I kind of pushed that guy through, he wasn't really giving me room, and I didn't mean to hit him and kind of spin him around a little bit, but it's what happens, you know, it's just what happens in racing. I tried to be careful, and well, I mean, you know, it just happens. It's how racing works. So I was now up into 5th place already, coming towards the end of the first lap. Now, I can't remember how many laps this is. I'm not sure if it's like a six lap race or something. It goes on for about 8 minutes, but this is the end of the first lap now. And already I've made up 3 positions, which is pretty decent actually. And we're kind of catching up to this group ahead. Now, from what I remember, I didn't have too much time to qualify with this one. So although I started in 8th place, you see the car behind me get a very big spin, a very big slide, sorry. He manages to catch it very well done from hitting the grass. I also pushed it in a bit too hard to this corner, but it's okay. I can all gather it up. It's not a big problem. But yeah, I'm pretty sure with this race, I didn't have a particularly good qualifying. I didn't manage to get a good lap in. That is why I'm a bit further back. So I'm actually competing with these guys further ahead of me because, you know, my qualifying lap wasn't really up to my best. We go onto the back straight now, coming to finish our 2nd lap, and you know, 3rd and 4th are still in front of me. I will be honest, for the next couple of laps, we will keep watching this because I don't really edit these. I like to go through the whole race, but for a little while we are stuck in 5th place. The guy behind in 6th, we've got a bit of a gap left to him as I get a pretty big slide out of the final corner, because you see, in this game, I usually run cars with 1 traction control on 1. Some cars I have traction control on 0. However, with this car, I had to have it on 2 for the most part. A couple of points in this lap you'll see, like there before, I tried changing it down to 1, but the car just slides too much. It's much easier and it's much quicker for me to drive it with traction control on 2. So you will see the odd moment where I do turn it down to 1. That's when you'll see a big slide. I'm pretty sure there's a pretty big one coming up at some point in this race. But yeah, it was a little bit terrifying, this car, at some points. Here it is. Here's that massive slide. I get a really big slide out of that corner. Go into the grass. Luckily, I can save it. I've lost a bit of time to 6th place, but you know, I've still got plenty of time up there, and you know, that's when I kind of decided, all right, I'm gonna stick to traction control 2 because at 1, yes, I can get the odd quicker lap, but it's too inconsistent. I can't keep the car going well all the time. So I'm pretty sure by this point I had already put it back down to 1 and we were going again. But you know, before that point I was catching up to 4th and 3rd place. As you can see, they're kind of battling it out in front of me. Now I'd kind of dropped back a little bit again. I was a decent amount quicker than 6th place at this current point in time. You know, I dropped a bit back to him because of that big slide. But as you can see already, I'm starting to make a bit more of a gap to him, and I'm starting to catch the guys in front again. But once again, you know, on the, what is this, the 3rd or the 4th lap now, not much is going on. However, 5th place in front of me, I think it's 5th, it might have even been 2nd place to be honest. One of the cars in front of me had a slide off, which put me up into 4th place, and then 3rd place in front of me gets a bit of a twitch. It means that I've now caught right up to the back of 3rd and 2nd place. They both go pretty wide into this hairpin here, which means I can kind of get up the inside of the red car in third a little bit. I'm just about there. I don't think I'm quite close enough though. As you can see, I'm not quite up there. I have to be pretty cautious into this corner. I decided to back off a little bit, let those guys run in a little bit deep. As you can see, the third place red car does go in quite deep there. He's sliding around. Pretty sure he does have his traction control on 1 or 0 because he's really trying to fight it. Like I said, you can actually go quicker if you do that, but it's pretty difficult. I then go for my opportunity. I get up the inside of the red car, but we're side by side going through the first corner. We're still side by side going through this bit. This can be pretty terrifying side by side. I have to be really careful, take a really tight line. I'm not giving up yet though. I kind of back off a little bit, but I'm staying right behind him. I've got 5th place now right behind me. He's managed to catch back up. So we've got a really big battle going on for what is at the moment 3rd place. 2nd place is a little bit ahead of us, but he's still right there in contention. I have to back off a little bit. I can't quite get the position at the time because you know, that guy in 3rd place is of pretty similar racing skill as me, as he goes a little bit wide, but the curb kind of saves him a bit from going off the grass. But yeah, me and 3rd place are pretty similar altogether on lap times, but 5th place is also right there as well. If 5th place wasn't there, I'd probably have pushed a bit harder, but I didn't want to lose my position. You know, I didn't want to lose a position, so I kind of took it a bit more carefully, decided to back off a little bit, and then we kind of carried on in a bit of a train now. It's kind of just a bit of a train going from 2nd all the way down to 5th place. We were coming, I think this might have been the 2nd to last lap, maybe the 3rd to last lap. I honestly can't remember. It's a bit annoying how it doesn't show you how many laps you've done on the replay, but I decided to just take it pretty carefully. 2nd and 3rd have a bit of a coming together through the next corner. I managed to shoot my way to the inside of the red car. However, this is a very scary moment. We have a little bit of a tag there. I'm just, you know, up the inside. He gives me room. He's very considerate. However, we're now side by side coming down here. He has a slightly better run on me, so I kind of have to you know, give the position to him, because now I have 5th place right behind me again. He gets up the inside. However, I don't know what he did. I think he got a bit of a slide or something. If he didn't get that slide, he probably would have been up the inside of me and going for me into this final corner, but yeah, for some reason he did back off. I think he had a little bit of a slide or something, so now I'm right behind 3rd place again. I'm constantly battling this 3rd place red car, but the problem is, as soon as I start battling him, 5th place catches up to me, so I have to really try and make a move quickly. This is possibly the last lap. This might be the last lap now. I honestly don't know. But I'm right there behind 3rd place, and 2nd place is right in front of him. There's a bit of a gap back to 5th, but those guys go very, I don't know, very not very wide into that corner and slow each other down. I managed to go around the outside of both of them, which puts me up into 2nd place. I make 2 positions on that corner, and now the 5th place car is now battling with the 4th place car. That was a crazy overtake there. 2nd and 3rd place they went too they turned too early into the corner and ended up bumping into each other a bit, slowing each other down on the curb, which meant that I just had the perfect opportunity to go around the outside, and this is the final lap. So final lap, I managed to get up from 4th to 5th. I'd been fighting in that 4th place for like 3 laps or something, managed to get up into 2nd, which I was very proud of, especially coming from 8th place at the start of the race. The checkered flag is raised and I get a 2nd place. Very fun race, this one. I really enjoyed it, and I quite like these cars. Pretty difficult to drive if you have traction control off, but pretty fun. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please go ahead, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.